Good morning students. Today in this video lecture we will see design patterns. Design patterns are classified into creational, structural and behavioral. In this we will going to see the structural. Structural patterns are concerned with how classes and objects are composed to form a larger structure. As an example, consider how multiple inheritances mixes two or more classes into one. The result is a class that combines the properties of its parent class. This pattern is particularly useful for making independently developed class libraries which works together. There are various structural patterns like adapters, proxies, bridge, etc. We will see the adapter pattern first. Adapter pattern works as a bridge between two incompatible interfaces. This type of design pattern comes under structural pattern as this pattern combines the capabilities of two independent interfaces. We will see this with the help of a diagram. In the diagram, we can see a drawing editor, shape, text view, line, and text shapes. Since text shapes adapts the text view to the shape interface, the drawing editor can reuse the otherwise incompatible text view class. Often the adapter is responsible for functionality the adapted class doesn't provide. The diagram shows how an adapter can fulfill such responsibilities. The user should be able to drag every shape object to a new location interactively. But TextView isn't designed to do that. So what can be done? TextShape can add this missing functionality by implementing Shape's create manipulator operation, which returns an instance of an appropriate manipulator subclass. Manipulator is an abstract class for objects that know how to animate a shape in response to user input, like dragging the shape to a new location. There are subclasses of manipulator for different shapes. Text manipulator, for an example, is the corresponding subclass for text shape. By returning a text manipulator instance, the text shape adds the functionality that text view lacks but shape requires. The applicability, where it can be applied. We can use this pattern where you want to use the existing class and its interfaces, but it does not matches to one you need. Or you can also use this when you want to create a usable class that cooperates with unrelated classes without incompatible interfaces. Two adapter patterns comes are the class adapter pattern. A class adapter pattern adapts the adaptee to target by committing to a concrete adapter class. As a consequence, a class adapter won't work when it wants to adapt a class and all its subclasses. Let's adapter override some of the adaptee's behavior since adapter is a subclass of adaptee. Introduces only one object and no additional pointer in direction is needed to get to an adapter. The second type is the object adapter pattern. It's a single adapter which works with many adaptees, that is, the adaptee itself and all its subclasses. The adapter can also add functionality to all adaptees at once. It makes it harder to override adaptive behavior. It will require subclassing adaptee and making adapter refer to the subclass rather than adaptee itself. There are certain implementation issues, like how much adapting should be done. Adapters vary in the amount of work they do to adapt adaptee to the target interface. There is a spectrum of possible work from simple interface conversion. For an example, changing the name of operations to supporting an entirely different set of operations. The amount of work adapter does depends upon how similar the target interface is to the adaptee. The next issue can be, does the adapter provides two-way transparency? A class is more usable when you minimize the assumptions. Other classes must make to use it. By building interface adaptation into a class, you eliminate the assumption that other classes see the same interface. But another way, interface adaptation lets us incorporate our class into existing systems that might expect different. By concluding, it allows collaboration between classes and with incompatible interfaces, implemented in either class-based or object-based manner, and it is a useful pattern which promotes reuse and allows integration of diverse software components. Thanks for listening.